To Twin Tarot, I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
And today we're going to read about...
We're going to read about President Trump.
He's not a president anymore.
Former President Trump.
Thank you.
And what I wanted to understand is, if he loses in the election in November, will he stick around to face the music, or is he going to fly?
Exit stage left, as Linda would say. Yes. Okay. And again, a quick thank you to Linda G for... doing a collab with us today.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Have that posted up soon enough. Yeah, so Donald Trump.
Donald J. Trump.
J. Trump.
Does he have the gulliones enough to stick around if he loses, or is he gonna run like a little girl?
Does he see the shark and run away?
Okay. Yeah, is he gonna get electrocuted or eaten by the shark?
So, the basic gist is that he's facing a lot of legal cases, and him running for president seems to be more about him getting out of the legal consequences he's facing rather than governing the country, being that he currently doesn't have a platform. Heck, he hasn't had a platform ever.
No.
He's never had a platform.
He has kind of a platform. This will be the Revenge 2024 platform.
Oh, he's got a theme, but he doesn't have a platform. And... the thought is like, okay, if he loses the election, he's facing, we'll find out soon enough what the New York criminal trial is going to sentence him to. But he still has the state RICO charges in Georgia. Yep. He still has the January 6th case. He still has
the documents case.
The documents case in Mar-a-Lago. And you can see, the documents case in Mar-a-Lago, it's not much of a reach to think that Judge Cannon keeps extending this case past the election to give Trump a chance to be elected. What happens after the election? Does she keep extending it? There's no point, right?
Yeah.
He's done. So he will likely, if he loses this election, he will likely be facing 3 different criminal cases that he's going to lose. The documents case is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
The RICO case is pretty much a slam dunk too. So you're looking at incarceration. You're looking at state crimes in Georgia that you're not going to get pardoned.
No pardons unless the governor decides you're pardoned.
Exactly. And you've been trashing on him.
Yeah.
So do you stick around and face the music, or do you run away?
Run away.
And he's already lost $400-500 million on the New York civil trial. He has to pay E. Jean Carroll $90 million unless he can win an appeal.
And
on
counting,
that.
probably.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So is there a lot for him to want to stick around for over here? All right, so entertainment purposes only. Let's take a look and see what the energy is looking like for Donald Trump post-election.
Yes.
Okay. Post-election. Wheel of Fortune. Spin the big wheel.
That's right.
Who's the lucky country gonna be?
The future is wide open.
Yeah. His karma is coming around and around again post-November election here. And I don't think this is the Wheel of Fortune of him being elected. This is the Wheel of Fortune of, oh, God, I've got so many different things. His karma is caught up with him. Carmageddon, I think Lena Rodriguez refers to it as. Crossed with the Queen of Wands. So he's been protected by Judge Cannon. He's got Judge Chutkin totally eyeballing him. Mm-hmm. And what's the other case? Who am I forgetting here? January 6th, Mar-a-Lago documents case. And Fonnie Willis.
Yeah.
So he's got 3 women gunning for him. Not that Judge Cannon is gunning for him, but he's got to take action here.
And guess what? He's got to take action.
Yeah, he knows he has to move. He might already be having plans in place, but he knows he has to move because action is coming for him in the form of different judges. Heck, even Judge Cannon at this point, if she's not recused, might finally let the case go forward because he's played his hand out.
Yeah, there's nothing in it for her anymore, because if he loses, that Supreme Court justice nomination is gone away.
Yeah. It's not going to be the Attorney General, and there's no benefit for her at this point of keeping this case going forward. in the past, we've got the Six of Cups. This is Trump, hoping beyond hope that he's going to get elected and all these problems go away. But Trump doesn't always wish for hope beyond hope. He also negotiates. So calling in favors from various entities. I did you a favor. Mm-hmm. Remember back when we were 6 and I let you go to the water fountain first? Well, now I need you to let me stay in your country for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I remember those good old times.
Yes, when I gave you state secrets and you said you were going to let me stay in your country rent-free.
You remember how you said I was special?
Exactly. Remember Kim Jong-un when we said we had a love affair?
Yes, indeed.
Exchanged love letters? For the current situation, so post-election, what's he looking at? He's looking at, leveraging, he's calling in favors. And now he's trying to find who's going to give him the most charity. He's raised, basically, all the fundraising he's done, all the grifting he's done, that's come to a trickle. That's going to slow down to a trickle because they're doing it because it's President Trump and he's their president. President Trump ain't going to be president anymore, and they recognize it. So the grifting comes to an end as well. Mm-hmm. And now he has to rely... Here's the funny thing. He now has to rely on the charity of others in order to help him through this. There we go. Overarching energy is the Four of Wands. Now, Four of Wands is called the wedding card. It's welcoming people in. At the low energy, it's don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Mm-hmm. But I also use this as prison bars. Mm-hmm. He is facing prison time. Not jail time, prison time. He's facing a lot of prison time, but he's also looking at how do I get out of prison time? What country is going to welcome me with open arms and bring him in? So you can see how this card position layers. Because this is the choice he's facing. That's the overarching energy that's what is obvious to him. This is what's not obvious. This is what's under the surface, but this is what's obvious, which is why we're even asking the question in the first place. And the Wheel of Fortune might be, it's not decided. Mm-hmm. He might try and go to another country. Maybe he gets blocked. Maybe he decides to fight, and then he's got all these women he has to deal with. The lesson to be learned is the Ace of Cups. He's an emotional wreck by the time the election's done. If I was really positive, I could say, his MAGA voters come out in force. He's elected again, and he's generous with his January 6th political prisoners and his MAGA base, and they all welcome him to the White House, and everybody's happy. Yeah. Except I'd be lying to you if I said that. Oh Lord, no, he's really concerned. And emotionally, he may not be able to handle it, and physically, he may not be able to handle it. The outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. He might have to buy his way out, provide things of value to get out of his situation. Gary and I were talking beforehand about state secrets and things along those lines.
What could Trump possibly have that's valuable to some foreign country or foreign interest, right?
Yeah, I mean, if he goes to, my gut's always Saudi Arabia for a couple reasons. One, no extradition. These are all countries. North Korea, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, UAE, I believe. Those are like 5 countries that do not have extradition policies with the United States.
Where was Melania's folks from?
Slovenia.
Do they have an extradition policy?
Yes.
Okay. So much for them.
I know it's Slovenia because in my first reading on her, I said Slovakia, and I got
you got hammered.
I got raked for that one. So close, but so far away.
That's like the difference between Australia and Austria.
Exactly. Actually, it's probably even closer to Australia than Austria. Regardless, what's he going to offer MBS? Here's a bunch of money? Yeah, MBS is swimming in cash. He doesn't worry about that. So all that Trump really has to offer is like state secrets. And so who's going to want state secrets? Well, Russia obviously would want
Russia
that.
would definitely want that.
North Korea, sure, why not? But there's not like they can do anything with it. Yeah. Oh, they're going to invade us. Oh shit.
Yeah. Here, go.
Eat some grass.
Yeah. Yes. Trump, you could go develop a.
Here's a
hotel
point to
on
go to the rural people. Here's a pointy stick and some grass to eat. Go defend the country. UAE, maybe China is he's persona non grata in China.
Can't go to Iran.
No, yeah. Oh, I think that would be hilarious. We'll extradite him to
Yeah,
Iran.
we'll take it.
That would be. Oh, you want to cause the right to lose their mind? Biden allowing extradition for Trump to Iran. Oh man. Okay, so let's just presume that doesn't happen. I do think it's Saudi Arabia. Plus, he's got the LIV golf tournament that's associated with it.
Jared have a lot of financial investments with
Saudi Arabia invested $2 billion with a B dollars into a hedge fund run by Jared Kushner, and I just looked it up the other day. Jared Kushner makes like a guaranteed $40 million in fees off of that. So we're all worried about the Biden crime family making $5 million off of China, and Jared's raking in $40 million a year from Saudi Arabia.
From the Saudis, yeah.
I was commenting about Trump, offering things of value to this. This could also be a big health event too.
Yeah.
He may not be healthy. He may have a plan to leave, but he may not be healthy enough to leave.
Yeah.
On something along those lines. So that's the general energy around there. Or if you want to say he's looking for a giant handout, which is what that would be.
Yeah, literally.
Oh God. The shark in the battery. Would he flee? Yeah, I think he. Oh yeah, and of course, the other thing with that Ace of Pentacles, we just talked about the $500 million that he owes a bunch of people. Then we've also got his Truth Social stock that nobody's talking about, but there's been shenanigans going on with that.
Oh yeah,
behind the scenes, and he's likely to be sued by investors in there because of manipulations that are going on. So he may, even though he could potentially make billions of dollars from the sale of Truth Social, which is just insane amounts of money for what that thing is, he may not have access to it.
Well, you'd have to be insane to actually put your hard-earned money into that dog turd of a stock. The financials are just atrocious.
Yeah, and you're a finance background,
oh
so
yeah, yeah. In school I had to do stock valuations, and I'll tell you, when you've got a stock that pulls in $1 million of revenue and spits out about $20 or $30 million of expenses as your operating expenses. In the finance industry, that's what we call a real dog turd. That is the technical term.
What would you get? And now they're going to issue more stock.
Oh yeah, because why not, right?
Well, it's been held in reserve. What would you guess? Is that like a dollar stock or less?
Oh, it's
only $1 based on his name. It's
a penny stock, and it's probably for every share you buy, they should probably pay you.
Yeah.
It's such a loser proposition.
Yeah.
Unless he wins the election, in which case then that stock might actually be worth something, because it's not going to ever be worth anything on its own financials.
Yeah.
Except that if he wins the presidency and foreign entities realize that they can buy his influence by investing in his Truth Social stock, and then they can start influencing him.
Yeah, and for folks, I get a little confused with it, because you can picture if Trump sells Truth Social stock, the price is going to crater because it's nothing without him. But if he direct sells, he has an investor coming in to buy his large shares at market value, then the market value stays the same.
Yeah, so let's say he's got, he wants to sell off $1 billion of his share, and the Saudis come in and buy all $1 billion of that. The stock price will stay steady. Trump will get his $1 billion, and the Saudis will have, hey, Trump, we just gave you $1 billion.
Yeah, we're here to collect.
Yeah, we have some considerations.
We did you a favor. We did you a solid.
That's probably actually going to happen up front, right? It's like, well, we could certainly invest $1 billion in your stock if.
Yeah.
the little quid pro quo action going there.
Yeah. We know Trump's not beyond
No, he's
that.
not transactional. No.
Okay, so what was the second half of that question? We had three.
Well, we were asking if he was.
But there's the energy around it.
Yeah,
Will he flee?
Will he flee?
Let's see if he flees.
Flee.
Flee, flee, flee.
So he has a plan. Health event might prevent it.
And we'll see.
Is he actually? Will he successfully flee?
Will he flee?
Will he flee the
Yeah,
country?
that health event could also be the detrimental health event too.
Yes.
Will he flee the country? Okay, we got the King of Cups, often represented as Joe Biden. Will he flee the country? Maybe Biden's watching for something like that, or the country. Let's take a look. I'm not quite sure how to translate that. Well, guess who won the election, Gary?
Yeah. Celebrate good times.
Come on. And there's the plan.
Yay!
So Trump has a plan if Biden wins the election. Here we go. If he flees the country, it's because Biden's won the election.
Yeah.
So he gets to put the plan in place. I wonder if he says he's going to have a golf game against Joe Biden. The winner gets to flee the country.
Yeah.
Okay. In the past, we got the Two of Swords. He maybe had two different plans. Rule the country as a dictator or run. And the decision's been made. The American people made their decision. Biden's in office. I got to go.
Yeah, troubled waters.
Yeah, this is some boiling water over here that I got to get away from. So
this is America not being great, and this is me going to some place that's great.
I wonder if he goes to Cuba.
It's the closest country.
It is the closest country. You could take a boat to Cuba and then fly out of Cuba somewhere. And people have suggested that he'll take a boat to Cuba or something like that, and his plane will land over there and then take him wherever he wants to go.
Well, I would think he'd fly his 757 over to Cuba, but okay.
But it's, and folks say, well, they got his passport. He's freaking president. He's former President Trump. Everybody knows who he is. I don't think he needs a passport for folks to figure out who he is if he's going to Saudi Arabia. I think they can work that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is not like me or you. Or you.
Well, or me.
Or you.
Well, this could also be just he's taking a trip over water. I mean,
yeah. It's
so he's not going to Mexico, folks.
Yeah.
Or Canada.
Yeah.
Melania might want him to go to Canada. There's a handsome young man running that country.
Well, Melania might go to Canada to go plead with Justin Trudeau for helping not finding her husband. I didn't realize how close they were in age.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are really close in age. Okay, speaking of Melania, porn star, star card, the calm after the storm. His star, to me, it's like he's a falling star. He's run. His star power is diminishing. He has to go now while he still has some type of star power.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's kind of hit or miss as to who's going to take him in versus who's going to reject him. And anywhere he goes, he's going to have a hard time integrating. Because, if he goes to Russia, he's not Russian.
Nope.
And he's not from Saudi Arabia. And he's not from China or North Korea. He's going to be... It's funny. Russia would actually be the best place for him. But I don't think that's where he's going to go.
Yeah, you can see the emotions draining out of himself. It's just... If he loses that election and he knows what's coming down the pike for him, emotionally it would be just draining on him.
Yeah, I mean, you can stay and fight and try and overturn the election results, which you weren't able to do in 2020, or you go and you try and integrate somewhere else.
Let's see if the Five of Swords comes up, because that's really the card, isn't it? Oh,
the lesson we learned is the Two of Cups. Yeah. I think if he flees the country, he has found somebody who will take him in. I'm sure there's conditions.
Yeah. But
there's contracts and agreements. Remember in this previous reading, I had the Six Cups here. He's like calling in favors. I think this is favors that he's made. Agreements that he's made. But do people double cross him? That's the question.
Sword of Justice.
Ace of Swords. Yeah. Will he flee? It's sure looking like it because the law is right behind him.
Yeah,
part of his plan is to go to basically flee the country, and I think he flees the country because he knows he can't succeed here with justice coming after him. That doesn't mean that even though the countries don't have extradition treaties with the United States, it doesn't mean you can't get people extradited.
Oh, yeah.
It just means you don't have a treaty.
Yeah.
Which means that maybe the U.S. has to offer stuff in order to get him
to
sent
come
back.
Yep. Yes, indeed. The White House has ways of getting people to want to come home, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Well, let's see what the energy looks like if he sticks around. You know, he's gonna fight this thing to the bitter end.
Because Trump's a fighter. That's what people like about him. He'll fight.
Yeah, if he flee, you know, I've tried to see him fleeing, and I thought it would have happened already. I think I saw it happening like November of last year when they were going to have the LIV golf tournament at in Saudi Arabia, and then they moved it up 3 weeks and had it at Doral. So that kind of killed that one, but it makes more sense that he would flee after a.
Oh yeah, if he loses the election, yeah, because then he realizes that with
the
this
game's up,
weaponized justice system that's highly corrupted and conflicted, that he doesn't stand a chance. Right?
And why would Eileen Cannon at that point delay the Mar-a-Lago case anymore?
Yeah,
if she's in charge of it, why would she delay anymore? The dude's over in Saudi Arabia with no intention of coming back.
Yeah. And you know the government will freeze his assets. So he's got to have something of value to set himself up.
Yeah, almost like if you buried gold in Ivana's casket on your golf course in Bedminster.
Good Lord.
You think Kim was saying that? There's like they're old school. They actually bury valuable things. All right. What was the question again? What happens? Oh, what happens if he sticks around?
Yeah, what happens? What's the energy if he sticks around?
Okay. Things will happen quickly. There'll be if he sticks around. There's messaging, things happening quickly here. He'll wish he'd have flown away.
Yeah.
Empress.
Is that canon?
It's pregnant with the possibilities, taking care of all things. Could be canon. It's funny because we did this thing with Linda G. It's like women coming in here. If he sticks around, things are going to be happening quickly with people taking care of him. I think if he sticks around, he actually he might have a health event.
Yeah, the health event may make him stick around.
Exactly.
There you go.
You're watching a declining of health over here. You know, it's turmoil, and his decline probably happens really quickly to the point where he might be in a nursing home.
Yep.
If he sticks around. It could also be, and this is one other thing I'd seen, if he flees the country, if he has a health event, they're going to fly him right back here. If he has like a stroke or something like that, the best medical treatment you're going to get is in the United States. So maybe he hopes if he comes back to the United States, for medical things, they won't throw him in prison because he's a sick person.
Yes,
in a hospital. The Past of the Knight of Swords. He's charging forward. He's going to fight crooked Joe Biden in that stolen election.
You're like itchy and scratchy.
Exactly. And then current situation is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think he has his health event. If he sticks around, he thinks it might be because money. Yeah. Money could cause him to stick around, or health could cause him to stick around. It's one of the two. And it could be both.
Yeah.
Because it might be that if he doesn't flee, it's because he doesn't have enough money to flee with. Mm-hmm. Or that he somehow thinks that he's got a fighting chance to save the $500 million he owes New York City or something like that.
Maybe Melania makes a mistake because she wants her money.
Melania will be in the Mediterranean on her yacht at that point. Overarching energy is the Queen of Cups. There's like this is keeping a cap on your emotions, keeping your emotions in control, or it could be a complete flood of emotions, anger and such, blowing your lid. I think it could go either way. He could be blowing his lid, trying to gin up support, Or, again, if he has a health event, it could cause him to go silent. There's King of Wands here. This is off of my Department of Justice card. This has to be extra gag orders put on.
Yeah, that could
too.
be. I was thinking that it's just like once you through the justice cards, like yeah, maybe that keeping the emotions in is hey, you got to keep a lid on it. You got to
keep a lid on things. Yeah. If he sticks around, he is going to be subjected to some of the biggest gag orders you've ever seen in your life, because he's Citizen Trump at that point. He truly is Citizen Trump at that point. Then we got the Three of Pentacles. Negotiations. He might try to negotiate his way out of things. But this, again, if he has a health event, this is the Pentacles being health. His health could be going darker.
Yeah, I'm seeing health event here because this is, they're talking about, okay, how do we handle this?
How do we handle this? Yeah. It's like, picture him having a stroke or something like that, or his dementia just really blows up. And now, now he's just a shell of his former self. And what's the just thing to do at that point? Find a facility, find a sanatorium for him somewhere, and just park his butt in a sanitarium.
Yeah, because at that point, if he's really mentally unfit to stand a trial, that whole Three of Pentacles could be, okay, how do we handle this so that justice is served, but we're not triggering the MAGA base.
It's with the kind of the vibe I'm getting from that is he might he probably wants to flee, and if he can't flee, he's going to stay and fight. But either he has a health event or his dementia has manifested so strongly that he really can't flee. He can't do that. And now, what do you do with this guy? Because he's all.
Because his value is either his wealth or the information he was able to get while he was in office.
Yeah.
And if he's not able to bring either of those things, there's no one that wants him.
No. Melania doesn't.
No,
Melania will be gone. So there'll be a nurse taking care of him. Trust me on that one.
Wipe his poopy butt.
Exactly. He doesn't, because she ain't want to be in. Nothing to do with that. Anything else we want to touch on?
No, I think we hit that one pretty good.
Okay.
We'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I literally go through all of the comments. If as long as they're not too mean-spirited, you'll get a thumbs up, and often you'll get a heart and a reply. So.
What if they're mean-spirited? What happens?
If they're mean-spirited,
do they get removed? A little trash can.
No, I don't. I might give it the heart that I've read it, but I probably won't give it a thumbs up, and I might not return the comment. I mean, I don't wish ill on Donald Trump, but at the same time, I do want him to be held accountable for his actions. And so, and then, throw some snark in there. There have been a couple of comments that have absolutely made me bust out laughing. And it's not such a good thing because sometimes I'm reading these things at work. But there was...
On his break, of course.
Yes, indeed. There was one person that left a comment on our Bobert video. And she said, "Don't worry, she'll land on her back." And that one just really, really busted me out laughing hard. So I think we should have a contest for whoever has the best snark on a video gets some sort of a prize.
I award 5 snark points. I always award 5 snark points, and
that's a good idea.
They get another comment.
Yeah, better the snark. Yes, we'll start awarding snark points to the best snarky comments.
I don't know what you can redeem them for, but hey, it's a badge of honor.
That's totally what it is. It's a total badge of honor. Everyone in the comments can agree or disagree on the snark award.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video.
Have a great day.
All right, bye.
Bye.